the stories, many of our great scholars have even taught this to us, that Arius was an individual that was not with the program of the day. Arius, the Black North African bishop, he was not going according to the plans that Emperor Constantine had. Remember, this was one of the conferences where they took the ancient African tradition. This is basically the beginning of them taking the ancient African tradition and whitewashing it, Europeanizing it.
All right, family, blessed love, give thanks. Honorable Priest Isaac here. I'm just holding a meditation. Give thanks for your presence with us. Yeah, I'm just holding a meditation, actually listening to one of the wonderful programs that we did some time ago. I'm talking about dealing with Santa Claus and the same thing as it related to the three prostitutes, etc. But I just wanted to highlight something here as it relates to the Nicene Council of the Bishops. And I have a few pictures that I want to show to you. Of course, you know, we are just coming off of a wonderful lecture previous night. I hope you were there with us for Fairy Tale, Folly Days, and Nursery Crimes, the Firing Squad edition. And tonight, tonight, we are going into the Santa Claus Massacre, Total Annihilation. Listen, I know some of you may be saying, why so gruesome? Why so dread? I mean, come on, we're dreadlocks we have. Let me show you something. If you were with us last night, you wouldn't say that. Trust me. You see, we can't even speak what we want to speak on the YouTube. If you were with us previous night for the lecture, the online lecture, Fairy Tale, Folly Days, and Nursery Crimes, you wouldn't have no problem with Total Annihilation and the Firing Squad edition. Trust me, you wouldn't even say a word when you understand the demons that we are wrestling against and the devils we put our children up to. Trust me. If you missed that lecture last night, you should order it now. Now. You can still see it. It's still there. You didn't miss it. It's still there. You can go and get your ticket and watch it now. When this lecture is done, you can watch it. If you're serious, you can watch it now. As I was speaking to you last night about valuing yourself, because that level of information, you wouldn't be snickering and, oh, you don't have to come that harsh. Because I've seen the comments. Oh, why you have to come? Too much anger against Santa Claus. It's a time of giving. You don't understand. Trust me. You do not comprehend what's happening here. So I would encourage you to be a part of the lecture, the online lecture tonight, the Santa Claus Massacre, Total Annihilation. Idi Amin Dada will be there. He was there previous night. I just have to laugh. It was so much fun, really. I mean, the lecture yesterday, last night, it was real nice. I really enjoyed it. And as I say, you can still see it. And at the same time, you could buy your ticket for the online lecture coming up, the Santa Claus Massacre, this evening. Good. And hey, listen, don't leave out Sunday night now. Sunday, the granddaddy, the triple crown. I'm talking about Rastafari and Freemasonry. That one is going to flip your head, eh? Trust me. I mean, there's levels, really. I don't mean to say it like that, like if your head is going to flip or anything, but it's just levels that we're going into. I'm sure those of you who were there previous night, you have to admit you didn't expect us to touch upon these things. We went into Superman. You see how we break down the Smurfs and Mithra and Mithras Baga, and still brought it down to Baga Yaga, and still brought it down to Little Boy Blue, and still brought it down to Zoroaster and Aurora Mazda. And all of that, we link everything there in one link, you know, man. And Gold and Amun and the Pratap. Wow. Yeah, man, it was a wonderful sit down. Then we brought in the Peter Pan and all of that little funny thing with with Mr. what's his name, Jim Burney, you know, but we already touched a bit about that. Barry, yes, touched a bit about him on the YouTube itself. So yeah, man, all the link is in the description below for you to make the payments for the tickets as well. Get your tickets for tonight and even last night, and don't forget Sunday as well. Now, what we're going to go into, I'm going to continue to listen to this program here. He's going to be talking, which is me, about the Nicene Council. And I just want to highlight something here, something I think you just said a moment ago, as it relates to Arius. This is Arius, the Black North African bishop. Some people, even some of our scholars, say that he was not there at the council. Well, this is a picture that they portray of Saint Nicholas looking to slap and assault Arius. Now, obviously, you could see Arius doesn't look as dark or as black as this Arius here, for sure. But that's how it is that's the real Photoshop world, I'm telling you for sure. But the point is now, this famous painting here, this is a famous painting of the same Nicene Council of the Bishops. This should be Empress Constantine here. This one here, this is 325 AD for those who would not know. All of this is taking place in Constantinople. This is in modern day Turkey, you know, for sure. And when you observe that picture here, this is a black and white version of the picture. If you notice, this is a more extended version. And look, the black man right here. See him here? Right here, the Arius, the black man, right there presence in the Nicene Council. So, with no disrespect to some of our scholars who say that he was not there, this picture proves it. But, you know, this is the white elephant in the room. So you're going to still hear people saying, oh, well, he's not there. There's no proof. But look at here, the black man right there in the midst of them. And as I said before, I make the brother continue, specifically, that's him there again. This is the picture that shows he was being assaulted by Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, you know, of the time. So in a sense, as I said, family, this is just a prepping as well for this evening, for those who really are going to be with us to really sup in the knowledge. How long we were with it last night? Almost 2 hours, eh? Yeah, man, myself, the Honorable Princess here, the Honorable Prince. Yeah, massive, a lot of smoke. This is smoke going up here. And man, do sacrificing something behind here, man. I tell you. But anyway, we doing our own sacrifice as we speak to you. Let us continue to listen to the program here.
And turning it into their own outlook of our philosophy, and that's the truth. So when Arius saw this, Arius stood up and said, no, this is not our custom. This is not our truth. You are taking our truth and you are manipulating our truth and creating your own stuff, creating new characters. You're taking our allegory and trying to make the world believe that it is as literal as the nose on your face. But what happened? Saint Nicholas, according to the history, this is why they celebrate him in the Catholic Church. Saint Nicholas arose from his seat and assaulted the miscreant. And I'm quoting from their celebration. He arose from his seat and assaulted the miscreant. Who is the miscreant? That's Arius. Because according to the Catholic Church, Arius was a miscreant. He was a traitor. You know, basically he was committing mutiny as such because he was going against the great Constantine and his mother Helena and Mr. Santa Claus, all of these names he had, Father Christmas, Father Winter, whatever you call him. He got up from his seat. Now, I'm not talking about the fictitious character. I'm talking about the real person. You got to keep this in mind. Because I know when we see jolly old Saint Nick, oh, Santa Claus is not real. You got to be careful. There was an individual who got up from his seat and crossed the room and assaulted the North African bishop Arius, because Arius was still holding on to his African concept and morals and outlook. And he could see that Constantine and these other fellows were taking their tradition and manipulating it. You could say that he could see centuries down the line that they would come with a whole fictitious religion and be enslaving people because of their philosophy, dogma, and ideas. That's basically what happened. And Santa Claus, or Saint Nicholas, Mr. Santa Claus, he got up from his seat and he drive a slap in the man's face. Now, there are those who say that Arius never even came into the building, just like the Santa Claus or the St. Nicholas stories. You have different versions of the story of the Nicene Council of Bishops as well. But the point I am making is that when the whole concept of Christianity as we know it today was invented, when the manipulation was taking place with the Holy Scripts and the Holy Scrolls and the Holy Books, and books were taken out of the original Bible, and scriptures and ideas were forced into the original theology, Santa Claus was there. Saint Nicholas was there. Santa Claus was right there. And not only was he backing Constantine, he actually attacked the individual that came and stood in the breach to stand up for the truth. That's to show you why Mr. Santa Claus or Santa Claus is revered up to today, because he's a hero. He beat down the African when the African was trying to stop us. That is what they're looking at, to stop us from bringing our doctrine to the world. He attacked or assaulted the miscreant. So remember, that is why when you look at the tradition in Europe of Santa Claus, K-L-A-S-S or K-L-A-A-S, you see him come with the little black boy. We've done programs on this. The little black Peter, Quarter Pete, the little black boy, and the original Santa Claus didn't come with reindeer. He came on a ship. All of this is very, very, very important. That's why when you look at the word Santa, S-A-N-T-A, Santa, and you take the N and put it at the end, you get Satan. Satan Claus, you're in the claws of Satan. So I'm not no fan of no Santa Claus. I'm not even no fan of no Saint Nicholas, Trust me. So Saint Nicholas have a lot of stories behind him here. And remember, we're dealing with subliminal messages. There's a reason why he always has on red and white. It's blood and milk. Remember, the 14th of February, what they call Valentine's Day, is really the day of blood and milk. Remember, we're dealing with Rome. Rome, the Rome had its origin with two little boys, Romulus and Remus, suckling on a wolf. That's how Rome started. Wolf suckers, people.
And family, it's serious like that. And as I said, I promise that we're going deeper than that. This is me now here, right? We're going deeper than that for sure. That's just a prep. We're just prepping you for this evening, looking for another wonderful sit down, another wonderful online lecture. Just reminding you, very easy for you to make these payments for the lecture for sure. We definitely have the Cash App and the PayPal, all of that. The description for that is in the link for that, pardon me, is in the description below the video. The link for everything is in the description below the video. So those of you who are already, accustomed to us, you could make the payments directly through the Cash App, PayPal for sure. Make sure when you make these payments, you email us right away and let us know, I just made the payment for the online lecture. If you don't do it through the website, make sure you email us right away and say, hey, well, we just made a payment. Do you see it? Not because it comes and we see it, we'll see it, but sometimes the email or the identification name that comes with the transfer is not necessarily even the email that we may know you by, if you understand. So it is good that we continue to correspond when it comes to these little simple things, So you could just go and press the Cash App and you know how to make your transaction, or press the PayPal. And we have other modes of transaction too. Whatever the case is, we work it out. Whether it's Western Union or MoneyGram, you should definitely be in the house tonight for the Santa Claus Massacre. I'm encouraging you. And remember, we're going to have an early edition of the Tiger's Nest. The Tiger's Nest will be at 6. What did I say? At 6 p.m., the Tiger's Nest. We will return to the 7 p.m., of course, when we go into the next strong. But for now, 6 p.m. Tiger's Nest, of course, as we are preparing for our 7 p.m. lecture, which is the Santa Claus Massacre. And I will say one more time, family, don't shy away from fairy tales, folly days, and nursery crime. You can see that your brother wants you to see that, trust me. I mean, I know a lot of you, you watch the videos, you're always here with when we have the online lectures, you should always be there too. So in other words, I want you to see. Remember, I already give you the lecture on valuing. It's all about valuing yourself, and I valuing myself, and valuing you, and you valuing us, and you valuing yourself. It's all about value. And I'm telling you, the value of that lecture there, wonderful. To be honest, it's like one of the better presentations we ever gave. And it's because it wasn't myself alone. It was me, the prince and the princess, plus the literal animations that we played and showed for the young ones. And I'm sure all your little children had a good joy and a laughter, and still could understand the seriousness of what has been put to us, you know. So I'm encouraging you, you know, from my heart. Yeah. Get the fairy tale Folly Days and Nursery Crimes and watch it with the young ones. Trust me, it will be a strength to them and a strength to you. But hey, tonight, Santa Claus Massacre, we're going to prepare ourselves for that. All right, family. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Remember, 6 p.m., Tiger's Nest Radio Anu, Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.